He's one of the most iconic symbols of strength and power at just 135 pounds. Today we're going to take a look at the legend Bruce Lee, and more importantly, I'm going to show you guys how to start training like this guy. What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. Look, I don't care who you are or what kind of Facebook page you have. If you put a picture of Bruce Lee up with one of his famous quotes, you are damn near sure to get a lot of likes and shares out of that. Why? It's one word, guys, it's respect. Bruce Lee is one of the most iconic athletes of all time. When I say athlete, this is a guy that basically represented all that there is that's athletic. He had strength, he had power, he had agility, he had quickness, right? And he did this all at a body weight of just 135 pounds and was able to achieve some feats of strength that guys twice his size cannot. So what I thought, guys, was why don't we dig into Bruce Lee's training a bit to look at some of his major principles, because there's really no singular workout around of Bruce Lee's because it's all sort of shrouded in mystery. There's a lot of pieces, but nothing that spells it all out that I believe is accurate. I think a lot of that stuff that you see out there is not accurate. It's just sort of people anecdotally putting up blogs and videos. So what I want to do is look at his training principles, because that's what he even said himself he relied on, so we can get some really solid foundational things for you guys to start focusing on to see what it's like to start training like an athlete, to start training like Bruce Lee. Alright, so let's get that kick started right now. Okay, so let's get the first principle here underway, and that is using tension to your advantage. Bruce Lee used to say that tension creates control, it doesn't prevent it. Now guys, if you remember the videos that I've showed you here about our energy leaks and how important it is to plug those energy leaks when we're trying to generate strength and power, then you'll know exactly what he was talking about. Watch me do this clip here of a push-up, standard push-up, right? The key here to being able to have more strength on the push-up is to plug the energy leaks, meaning you have to make sure that all of your muscles are engaged, that there is tension throughout all of your muscles. People think that tension is a bad thing because they look at it in that negative sense of the word, but in weight training, tension is a great thing. You want to tighten up your glutes, you want to tighten up your shoulders, you want to tighten up your low back, you want to tighten up your quads by straightening your knees. That allows you to do some pretty amazing things. As a matter of fact, Bruce Lee was known for his finger and thumb push-ups. So even if I tighten everything up here, now I'm going to have a shot at being able to do those. Not as good as Bruce Lee, of course, but I've got a shot because I've got much more efficient energy transfer from my toes all the way to my fingertips by plugging up those leaks, making sure my whole body is tense, and therefore making the power transfer up and down throughout my entire body without any loss. That's the key, guys. Next up, we got to look at the isotension principle. This is something that Bruce Lee used to incorporate after exercises to do a few different things. As guys who watch our stuff here at AthleanX, we know some of the values of time under tension, right? Extending sets, adding length of time that the muscles are under tension is one of the best ways to make them grow. Bruce Lee knew that by incorporating extended tension in the form of isotension is a great way to get those muscles to respond. You can see what I'm doing here. This would be the exact move that he would do following his push-ups. So basically, as he used to note in his journals, he would find some way to engage not just the chest. That's the key, guys, because it takes it to another level here. Again, another principle of AthleanX, maximum muscle interaction, getting muscles that prefer to work together. So in this drill here, I'm engaging chest, triceps, shoulders, isometrically, contracting as hard as I could to not only create more time under tension, but to also make those muscles work together, and also to create a very important mind-muscle connection. Right? Reinforcing your control over your muscles was key to Bruce Lee's training, and it's key to whatever you're doing, guys. If you're trying to be an athlete, you can obviously see how important that's going to be, but even if you're not, it's going to be very important for the ultimate development of your muscles. Number 3, this is a great one, guys, because it underscores one of my biggest pet peeves one of Bruce Lee's as well. He said, never lift a weight you actually can't lift. Now this goes, guys, back to his principle of tension and wanting to have the muscles be tense, right? And most of the time, guys will make a mistake of saying, I want to get that weight from point A to point B and not care how that weight gets there. And that's a big, big problem, especially if you're trying to develop muscularity. See, what Bruce Lee used to do is he used to enforce the fact that he was in control of the weight by adding certain things to his exercises. He had a particular exercise, it's called the barbell launch curl, that you can see me demonstrating here, where he would basically curl this weight up to the top and then launch his arms straight out in front of him. Now, guys, I think I've read where he's been doing that or was doing that with over 110 pounds, 120 pounds. That is absolutely insane. That's something that I am not going to be demonstrating for you today because I can't do it. But the fact of the matter is, he was in control of that weight and he wanted to prove it. If he wanted to curl it, he can curl it. If he wanted to launch it out, he can launch it out. If he wanted to hold it out there, he could hold it out there. If he wanted to bring it back in, he'd bring it back in. The fact is, guys, his muscles were in control of every single thing he did, and that's something you should start to learn from. Make sure that you're not just letting your ego push the weights and drive the weights that you're using. Let your muscles do the talking, all right? Lift that weight up using the contraction of the muscles you're intending to use. And again, bring the ones in together that like to work together. Chest, shoulders, triceps, bring them in and let them work together, but make sure they're doing the work and you're eliminating the momentum. And I'm telling you, not only will Bruce be happy, but I would be too. No discussion of Bruce Lee's training would be complete without addressing his ab training. As a matter of fact, this is a guy who is known for having one of the most incredibly powerful and carved out midsections, and it's because of the high priority he placed on them. Matter of fact, he said that you have no business sparring unless you have abs of steel. So this is another reflection, guys, of what we do here at Athlete X. I place an incredibly high importance on ab training, realizing that the core is literally at the core of everything we do. So much so that the guys that have our program can tell you, when you get it, you get an ability to create a new ab workout every single day at the touch of a button through our six-pack promise, because I believe in frequent ab training and its importance, just as Bruce Lee did through his daily ab workouts. Yes, daily. He used to pay attention to some aspect of his training for his abs every single day, whether it be through just standard sit-ups or the more difficult version that I'm showing you here now. The dragon flag is no doubt one of the most iconic exercise examples of Bruce Lee's ab training, right? But it's also one of the hardest. So how are you going to get yourself from doing whatever the level of exercise you're doing now to this? You're going to have to train. You're going to have to train frequently, because these abs and core muscles are postural muscles. They're used to training and firing all day long to keep you upright, right? They're involved in everything we do: rotation, anti-rotation, controlling rotation, decelerating rotation. We want to make sure that we have these muscles as strong as possible, and we're going to get there, guys, by starting to incorporate a more frequent attack plan on them. Again, with the dragon flag though here is, you can see how it underscores yet again his importance that he placed on controlling total body tension, no matter what exercise he was doing. And in this exercise, with the weight of gravity forcing your legs down, and you having to counteract that every inch and every step of the way to prevent your low back from going into extension, that is a damn demanding exercise, but another example of just how powerful this guy was, but an inspiration for you guys on how powerful you can be if you start attacking your ab training the right way. Finally, one of the most overlooked aspects of any training program, but one that Bruce Lee did not, and that is the importance of recovery. Guys, you know where I stand on this. Getting away from the gym can sometimes be the best thing for your muscles, because that is where repair and muscle growth occur. Here we break it down. Away from the gym, we repair. Matter of fact, Bruce Lee knew this, as he said, if you're going to make great demands on your muscles, then you better be able to repay that through proper nutrition, supplementation, sleep, and rest days. Notice rest days, meaning he would get away from the gym. Now, we talked about his dedication to daily ab work, but beyond that, guys, he was making sure that he was spending time away to allow his muscles to recover. Another thing he did was focus on supplementation and prioritize it. It's shown in his journals how he used to focus on protein supplementation, high quality protein supplementation, to be an adjunct to his proper diet and nutrition. And I say that to you guys all the time as well. Don't think that you're going to go take supplements and you can go have a bad diet or nutrition approach and think you're going to get great results, right? Supplements, when you have a great nutrition plan, can really help to accelerate your results because you're putting in place those final pieces that really can take you. It's an exponential leap that you can take from here to here when you have everything else in place. That's something he did. That's something I recommend you guys explore if you feel you're there. Secondly, cross-trained, right? He made sure that he wasn't always pounding away at strength training, but he was doing conditioning, and then strength training, and then swimming, and then jumping rope, and then his ab work again, right? He would have a multidisciplinary approach to his training. And it's another thing that I really reinforce here with Athlete X, guys, that you can start to see that we sort of like to train like athletes, right? And that's what we say Bruce Lee was. We have the same approach. We mix in our conditioning with our strength training in such a way that we can maximize our volumes without leading to overtraining, where we can build muscle and burn fat at the same time without overtraining, right? Where we can follow a sensible eating plan that you can actually follow. These are the important concepts. These are the things that he believed in. Finally, he was a student, guys. He thoroughly researched his own training and nutrition effects. So as he would implement something, he would learn from that. And I try to institute that, guys, with you each and every week with these videos. I try to give you examples of things that you can incorporate and see your own results. Okay, I'm not trying to force down your throat things that I don't think work, guys. Everything I ever suggest to you, I suggest to you based on my experience, using it with other guys, and making sure that it's safe and effective. And that's, again, guys, leads us all back into all the way that Bruce Lee trains, like an athlete, what I always preach every week, and that is, let's get you guys doing the same exact thing. If you want a step-by-step program to do it, then head over to athletex.com right now, guys, and grab my 90-day training program. All this stuff is covered, right? All these ideas and concepts that we went through here with Bruce Lee are basically spelled out day by day in that program right there. Because, again, Bruce Lee was an athlete. I have a high respect for athletes and all the demands that are placed on them to get to that next level. And that's what I've always wanted to do for you guys as well. Get you guys to that next level. No matter what it is, wherever you stand right now, I'm going to get you to that next level by being your coach through my program, through the nutrition, through the supplementation, through the core work, through the strength training, through the conditioning, to get you guys to that next level. So if you haven't already, guys, head over there, grab that program. In the meantime, leave your comments below. I'm sure much respect for Bruce Lee. Let's all hear it, right? The guy deserves it. He's been gone for a long time, but like I said, guaranteed thumbs up and likes on this guy anywhere on Facebook because he earned his respect. All right, guys, we'll be back here soon with another video.